Alright, welcome to Pathways to Our Past, Episode 3, or PP for short, right, Travis?
That's right.
We're here with Travis again and Ella, my wife, and we're at the Halfway Prairie Wildlife Area in Dane County. It's actually just across the highway of our last stop at Indian Lake. The lake's right there, and there's the trailhead that we walked up. This wildlife area contains something called the Mott's Farmhouse, and this is what it is. It was a farmhouse and homestead built by German immigrants around the Civil War. Friedrich Motz came here and bought the land, and then he was conscripted into the Union Army and came back 10 years later and built this house. They would raise oxen and grow hay. And then there's a sign down at the trailhead, but there's a lot of people over there doing something right now, so we don't want to bother them. And it also says that his wife and some members of like a women's club or something planted some trees to honor the Union soldiers, the veterans, and those trees are over 150 years old, and those are over on Highway 19 in Old Settlers Road, and we're going to go check those out a little bit later because Travis knows exactly where they are. So yeah, they built this house, and then it eventually burned down in the early 1900s, I think, 19 or mid 1900s, 1949. But he built no, I think he built it in 1849, right? And then it burned down in like the 1920s or something. I don't know. I didn't spend much time at the sign because there's, like I said, there's something going on over there. And then in 2012, this land was actually bought by the Dane County DNR, the government. So yeah, this is the farmhouse. It's kind of rubble right now. If we can get the right angle, you can see some of the burnt wood over in the corner. It wasn't very big, but it met their needs, and it was built out of entirely out of local stone. There's right there up in that window on the right. You can see some burnt wood from the fire when it burned down. Built it themselves. He said he built they kind of set up a house, but then they built the barn first, and then they just didn't have a roof on the house because the barn was the most important part because the oxen were their money makers because they could sell oxen for like $150 a piece, which was a lot, quite a lot back then. This is also a big area for hunting and trapping and stuff since it's all local land, and there are trails that run through it. Um, Usually we highlight stuff on the trails, go down the trails a little ways. We're not going to do that today because I hurt my ankle and don't want to do a whole lot of walking. So we're just going to hit the farmhouse and the barn and go check out the trees, and then we'll, down at the tree grove, we will do our premium beer review. But the trails go back a ways. I mean, there's a lot of property back here. So you can do a lot of stuff out here: snowshoeing, hiking, hunting, trapping. Alright, so now we'll head over and check out those really old trees. So the house actually burnt down in 1949. It was first homesteaded in 1852, and he built it when he came back from the Civil War. Built the house itself. Alright, we're out here by these really old fir trees. They're over 150 years old. Friedrich Motz's wife, whose name I can't recall right now, and I feel bad, Katerina, um, and the rest of the Women's League planted these 38 fir trees to honor the Union Civil War veterans. What's up? The cop? Oh. uh, so there's only 3 left now, but Travis used to see them like every day when he'd ride to school on the bus, right?
That is correct.
Yep. So as soon as he saw them mentioned on that sign, he knew exactly what they were talking about. So there's only 3 left here, but since we're over here, we'll do our premium beer review. Everybody's favorite segment, right? So today we've got a beer. We call it a beer, but The thing is 8% alcohol by volume. It's called Natty Daddy by the makers of Natural. What was that thing called? That beer? Ice. Natural Ice, I think it's called, something like that. Anyway, so it's 8%, 12-ounce cans. They come in 15 packs, and they're called Natty Daddies, and they're in a daddy pack. So we're gonna check them out.
$6.99.
$6.99 for the 15 pack. Trouble opening mine with my gloves and holding the camera. All right, Travis, let's try them out. See what we think. Cheers. Thank you, dude. Yeah. What do you think?
Ah,
It hits you, doesn't it?
that's not a good one.
It reminds me of really bad malt liquor, and I spent some time in Milwaukee, and I went to college there, and I drank some really bad malt liquor while I was there, and this is like that, just in a smaller can, without any like neat pictures on the can either. Like usually there's like some jungle cats or something on there, like a panther.
It's very,
Yeah, you can.
very not good.
Yeah, it's kind of metallic and it's very liquory, like malted liquor is exactly what it tastes like really bad malt liquor. It's like malted liquor with water and metal. It's not good, but it'll get you there because it's 8%.
Some for the tree.
Some for the tree and the Union soldiers. Pour one out. All right, Travis. So now we got to do our six-pack review of the stop today.
I'd have to give it, a 3 out of 6 because it's really cool.
Three Natty Daddies out of six-pack.
Really cool history.
Right. Yeah, my thinking is the same as Travis. I was thinking about 3 out of 6 Natty Daddies because historically it's really fascinating. It's really neat, and it's really cool building that was built entirely out of local stone, which is really cool. Um, the trails, we didn't really go down the trail, but they don't seem very difficult, and it's not really not too scenic. I mean, you're out on a prairie, which is cool, but that's basically all you're seeing. You're not seeing much else. So like as a trail itself, not very high, but historical value, yeah, I'd say it's very high. So you balance it out with a nice 3 out of 6. Yeah. All right. So well, that's it for this episode, and I guess we'll see you next time. There's Travis. There's Ella.